So, tell me something. How's the new album doing? It's called Alone.
We've had nothing but positive on it, I think, man. It's been really, really good. I mean,
Well, Rock Hard within the first month release went straight to number 9.
did it really?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, they voted it album of the month. We had a lot of press coverage in Europe so far. It just got released about 2 weeks ago here in the States via Locomotive Music. So we don't know anything yet about how it's doing here, but overseas in Europe, Massacre let us know that it has actually gotten some of the best press they've ever had on any release. So we're very happy about it. And we never go into it with any expectations. We don't go into it with expectations. We go into it with confidence. We know what we have is good, and we like it. We hope other people like it, and if they do, great. And this time they really did. So it's awesome, man. People have really grabbed onto it. We're happy about it.
Now, in my own personal opinion, one of my favorite albums through the Darkest Hour. From what I understand, throughout your career, that was like the highest peak of Solitude Aeturnus as far as like people really grabbing onto it.
Yeah.
Well, it was actually the time that we were playing the most. We were on the road the most, and even in our hometown of Dallas, you know, we were playing almost every weekend. So yeah, it was kind of a peak.
Do you feel that Alone is also at that peak as well as when that album first came out?
I think Alone has the potential to take that peak, but it's a matter of us getting out there and doing so. But it does have the potential.
That's great.
Because
I agree. I think the Alone album is every bit as good as Darkest Hour. I always go on record as saying Darkest Hour is probably my favorite. Probably is. That has to do with many things besides the music being great. It has to do with the times we associate with that record, the vibes we had, the breakthrough of songwriting. So that album remains a favorite of mine. But Alone is every bit as good as an album. And if we were in the position we were back then now, where we were more able to tour and doing a little bit more, we might have a little bit more attention. And we're working towards that. We're doing as much as we can. I mean, the older you get, sometimes the harder it is to go maintain constant touring, unless you're a touring band that's making enough money to sustain a living from it. And if you ask any bands out there, especially American bands, I guarantee you 90% of them will tell you it's really tough to do that. So as a result, bands like ourselves don't have the opportunity to tour as much as we'd like to. And therefore, you can't capitalize on your albums. If we were touring out there and doing some tour support like we did with Darkest Hour, this album would definitely be doing a lot better commercially. But we're doing what we can. We're here in Chicago. We'll be doing some shows overseas, I hope, later in the year as well. So.
And some stints here and there in Texas, too, coming up, too.
Doing a Hell Star tour in Texas in June.
Yeah.
Touring Hell Star, doing about 5-6 dates. That should be a total Texas mayhem. I don't even know whatever, but anyway, it's happening. So yeah,
just pay attention to the website.
Please do.
Definitely. Throughout your career, what do you think was like the most highlighted moment in your guys' career? Like it could be a CD, it could be a special event that happened. What would you think would be like? Okay, this was my highest peak. This is where I was most happy.
Chicago Power Fest 2007.
J.J. Kelly.
Good answer, J.J. Kelly.
Yeah.
No, actually it was tonight, wasn't it? Yeah, tonight. The Pro Room was the ultimate pinnacle.
Wow.
Success.
Well, I'm glad to see both shows at that time.
Actually, this was a great show tonight. We had a great time.
No, it really was a good
The crowd was totally killer. Tons of people out there. Total metal. It was a good night, but I don't know. I mean, I can answer this for myself, and my personal highlight was touring with Merciful Fate back in Darkest Hour again. But that's just because I'm such a fanboy of that band, and it was just an honor to tour with those guys and get to know them, become friends. Plus, it was a great learning and playing experience for us, and that stands out as just one of the many highlights. We've had a lot of great times with this band. So I mean, it's hard to pick favorites, but that sticks out. It's just because of Merciful Fate. And I still, 40 years later, I'm still listening to Merciful Fate.
That's 80, I think.
80 years?
No, I'll never have a pinnacle because nothing's ever good enough for me, so.
Robert liked best. I don't even know.
No. It's all good. Merciful Fate was good because it was like the most professional tour we'd been on. It was a long-running show, and it was when you first become a musician and you think you want to get somewhere, that was kind of the feeling of every night playing big shows, professional attitudes, the members from Merciful Fate.
And we've done several tours since after that, but that was one of the first.
That's what stands out, because that was like the first time we really, because we did like the year before with the pt.1 band, which was a great 8-week tour, but it didn't have the level.
Well, Diano wasn't drawing that many people, and we certainly weren't either, so it was a much more low-key, more extensive tour with Paul Diano's Killers. That was, what can I say, man? I grew up listening to Iron Maiden.
But the very first stuff.
Dude, I saw Iron Maiden tour with Priest on their Killers album with Diano, and I remember thinking, what a great band. And now I was touring with this guy, and that was another great time.
Yeah,
wow.
Good times.
Very cool to get to meet him.
Well, speaking of Paul Diano, on my website that I'm doing this for, he's going to be on my Feature Artist of the Month in May. So if you guys want to check it out, you know.
Yeah.
And
if you have any contact with him, tell him that the guys, the boys from Solitude said hey, as he remembers us.
The man.
The man. Oh yeah, the men from Solitude. We were boys back then.
The boys.
And now.
When was that? What year was that?
92.
92?
End of 92.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Now, of course, when any band starts off, you know, you go through the highways of hell, as AC/DC would put it, and I'm sure everybody can relate to that song in so many different ways because of the music industry. Now, with you guys being legends, in my opinion, of doom metal, I mean, would you ever expect to be at that point in your career?
The point
of being known as the legendary doom metal band?
I keep my nose in the scene pretty much because, as with my business, that's what I do. You know, with Braintree Records, that's what we do. So, yeah. www.rockticket.com. But you know, you see this question being asked to bands a lot. You know, how does it feel to know that you've influenced a bunch of other bands? I read their answers, and our answer is the same. It's great. It's a great feeling to know we've influenced the young up-and-comers, you know, and you know, we never really look at ourselves as legendary. We just do what we do, and other people say that, and that's...
Amen to that. I would say the same thing. We do what we do with Solitude. We've all done what we've done with other bands and projects we've been in, and it's just a matter of playing music, period. It's that fucking simple.
I think the legendary tag from, you know, diehard fans such as yourself, not everybody's called legendary, but, you know, diehards that are, I think, the people that get it because...
They get it
because we pay attention to songwriting, we pay attention to quality. We don't just turn out mediocre product. We've done that since day one. And I think that's a strong point with us. And I think that combined with...
We don't write for the masses.
Well, and also, though, for the longevity that we've been at it. You know, this is our 20th year we've done this. And you stick around doing something that long, you're going to get good at it. And then especially if you pay attention to what you're doing, you should be really good.